how did y'all feel about the Jameis decide, you know what? I ain't going to stay in victory formation. We're going to get my man Williams a touchdown, his first touchdown of the year. What did y'all feel about it? And just throwing out there, in 2021, Russell Wilson did something similar. David Moore needed one more catch to get a $100,000 bonus. Instead of kneeling, Russell Wilson threw him the ball. What's y'all take on this?
I think it just shows like they don't fully respect some of the things that Dennis Allen's done this year. They brought in Jamal after he led the league in touchdowns last year and hardly used him all year. So I think looking at it, they did it to kind of give him something this year. Like they're like, all right, even though we're up, we got this chance at the 1 yard line to get Jamal a touchdown this year, which he hasn't been put in positions to do. Like they've been riding Alvin Kamara, they've worked with Kendre Miller over Jamal. Like Jamal's had a tough year this year, and it doesn't look good for Dennis Allen. I mean, I don't know if this is happening if Sean Payton's there. Like he's cutting somebody if they try to overstep him. But it's it's funny because it's just another thing on the list of Jameis isms that we've seen over the years. Like, of course, he comes in and he's like, "All right, we could just kneel on it, but nah, f that. We're gonna fake a knee and then run it in." And then his soundbite after the game was classic Jameis, honestly. So I'm not mad at the decision. Like I get it, you know, people and like football or sports purists, if the game's over, you're expected to, you know, stop trying to run up the score and all that stuff. Like in the NBA, guys get mad if you're up by 15 and you're taking threes at the end of the game to show somebody up. I get that, but I don't think Jameis should lose his job for it. I think it's week 18. Also, they were up by 27 at the time. Like you said, what's 7 more points? Like it's not that big of a deal. So, like Shannon Sharp calling for him to lose his job is crazy. Like he should be advocating for these players to, you know, be able to play. And I think Jameis, who knows, he deserves a shot somewhere. But this is not a good look going into the offseason if he's trying to get a starting job somewhere. Because you got to listen to the head coach, and he was, you know, accountable about what he did. But I mean, a guy who led the league in interceptions 1 year, and he's been a gunslinger. I don't know. Maybe a little more control would have done him some good.
I think I'm more on the Shannon Sharp side of it for sure. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. You know, coaching myself, if I told someone to hold the ball last 2 seconds of the game and they just chose to, you know, go score, you know, I would take it some kind of way for sure. And that definitely means they don't respect you. There's zero respect for Dennis Allen. And the problem that he has now, and the issue that what makes this nuance is that, yeah, you can say, you know, cut Jameis Winston loose, but that doesn't really solve the problem, because while he's crazy enough, he's the only quarterback in the league probably crazy enough to do that. He is. Okay. Everybody else on the team co-signed it. You know, everybody else on the teams didn't. No one said, yo, no, we're not going to do that. No one jumped off sides to offset the play and make sure it didn't happen. No one stopped the madness. You know, they just went along with his nonsense. So that's the problem that a guy like Dennis Allen has, and what the organization has right now, is because they all went along with it. None of them think that you're worth anything. None of them respect what you have to say, and none of them respect your, you know, the pecking order. You know, and that's everything. And especially in the NFL, where structure and discipline is everything for those guys, man. You know, it's like military. So if you're not listening, you blatantly disobey. It's crazy. And then the other problem too is you line up in the victory formation. You know that's like a signal to the other team that we're going to be chilling. We're not going to go try to kill each other. And then, you know, you run a play anyways. I mean, that's you're breaking all types of code there, and they're going to run into real problems next time they see Atlanta. You know, clearly Atlanta had quit on Arthur Smith when it happened, because if they hadn't, there would have been some kind of fight. Something would have happened. Someone would have done some things, and no one did anything. The Atlanta had given up and checked out and packed their bags in a game where they could have gone to the playoffs. If they won and the other teams lost, they had a chance. And they cared so little at that point that they didn't even care to try to, defend anything or, trying to, move off of some kind of moral code. There was none of that involved. So, it's a whole messy situation. Jameis is an idiot. There's no way around it. He is an idiot. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen a professional athlete. One of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen a professional athlete ever do is to just blatantly disobey a call coming in and just make a call. I mean, that don't make any sense. It's insane. So I know there might be a bit of a precedent for it, but this still feels unprecedented. Russell Wilson threw the ball to that guy for a bonus. It's different than getting Jamal Williams a single touchdown in the season when he had none. In the last game of the year, some cheapskate touchdown. It doesn't make it. I understand it on one level, but it doesn't warrant you disobeying a call from your coach. So coach got to go, or Jameis got to go. But I think the coach is going to go because when the whole team agrees, you got a coaching problem and a culture problem.